Basically, ooh, yeah, you're right, Sergio. Gold did tap off that level really hard. The support we are on 1490. Now it's approaching 1497. If this breaks above, we're heading back into 1500s. Now it's approaching 1497. If this breaks, let's look at GJ. GJ. See, I was looking at GJ earlier, and I saw these levels here in GJ. I mean, GJ is just retesting this area, but I have a very, very strong hunch that it will continue moving up.
Yeah, I was going to say my analysis was if this 30-minute candle closes bullish like this, it should head back up to that top of that zone.
Yeah.
I'll take a buy or rate pretty soon here once this 30-minute candle closes like this.
Nice.
So it's a 30 pip range and it could have a fairly decent stop loss.
Yeah, it's funny because gold looks like it can also rally. I was holding gold since yesterday, and this time it hit target. Oh, nice. Yeah, gold should continue bullish here. Come on, go, push. Attending my first live session from Nigeria. Oh, welcome. Gold has a lot of room. I mean, the first target was the daily wick fill here, which is getting filled. Oh shit! All right, there's gold. Gold pushed hard. Here we go, got out of gold. Nice. Oh wow, gold is still pushing. See that the GJ candle closed with no wick on the top, the 30-minute candle. So this tells me there's no range, so I'm probably gonna stay away from GJ. This is a nice push on gold. Nice bullish flag on gold. Yeah, gold was pretty good. I was in gold from 1496.20. Looks like G just gonna enter this range here too. This is a 35 pip range here on GJ. 35 pip range. The only problem is if you're looking at stops, I think your stops are gonna be below at least 20 pips. At least 20 pip stop. That's like almost at the low of the previous 30-minute candle. provided that, like, if you're anticipating this 30-minute candle closing back above this range here, 136, 960, 970, and then expecting this one to continue bullish. But the only problem I have with the previous candle is that, let's take a look here, that it has no wick on the top, which means there's no range for the next candle to continue. Yes.
Yeah, I see that too. I also see how those two big red, the bearish ones, are clean, straight down. That's kind of what I was thinking. But you did mention that. It kind of made me skeptical.
Oh, what's this? 30-minute easy target. Yep, potential bias till 15. I like that, Chris. I think if gold maintains its bullish structure, there's a very high chance we're going to touch 1500 today, which is like 25 pips away. The main target was daily wick fill, which got filled, which is amazing. Good thing
I think if we can maintain above 1497, like if we approach 1500, I think we'll actually get through it.
Yeah.
Probably to 1503, because look at the hourly structure. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like 15, yeah, it's true, 1503 as well. But I'm just being like a little conservative.
Yeah, definitely. 1500 is a major level, so you gotta make sure you keep an eye on that.
Yep. Raja, buying gold. No, I already exited gold. I was in gold since 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I saw gold. I was looking at the 15-minute, and then this candle closed. This candle pushed up. I was waiting for this push, but I was downstairs making coffee. It pushed up, and I'm like, well, it's gonna like continue up. It's pretty good. The next candle just spiked up, got my exit, and that's it. Thing is going to continue here. Looks like it. Fill the 5-minute wick. If it stays above 1496, 1497, it's going to continue moving up.
I concur, sir.
Yes.
I've been in position since last night.
Oh. Wait, you entered during London?
During Asian.
Oh, wow.
Sir.
Man, you held that drawdown.
No.
Oh.
No. Not that deep.
Okay.
Oh, not gold. I was saying GJ.
Oh, GJ.
Yeah, GJ. GJ's been straight buys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm good.
This candle, it needs to flip above 137.
Yeah. It should. There was a massive rejection yesterday, so I assume that needs to go somewhere. In the phone, I can't read what you put on screen. It's unfortunate. Guess you'll have to watch the replay. Sound tired? No, I'm eating breakfast. Already been up for 25 minutes, half hour.
Yeah, I've been up since an hour here.
Yeah, GJ's gonna fly the moon. Gold is in an interesting spot. I haven't touched gold yet. I was expecting a drop with gold, and because it's been pushing up, I just stayed away from it.
I got the wick fill here on gold on the day, like this last little push it had.
Yeah, that was funny when you were putting it on IG. I saw that too, and I was like, "Oh man, that's such an easy trade." I'm like, "Damn it, it's gonna go right there."
Yeah, but like last night, it hadn't made.
It stalled a bit.
Yeah, it stalled. This morning I woke up, I saw it making that huge daily wick down. I was like, yeah, it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw that too. That's the problem when you trade the Asian session, is because you see that obvious setup, but what happens is during Asian it doesn't do anything. It ranges and then it'll pop like during the London session, and that's where the big move is, and then it pulls back all through the North American session.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen so many times with gold.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's so obvious what's going to happen. It's going to push up, but it's like, how much do you want to fight through that? It's rarely clean. Like there's only been. That's why I keep getting stopped out when I see those see those opportunities, because something happens during Asian or just before the London session. You just get stopped out, and then it continues on its way. And it's very rare that you can get through the night. Like the one trade that I had there, that was like 100 pips. I got through the night because it actually didn't go deep enough to hit my stop.
Yeah, one thing about the Asian is that if Asian is gonna push one way, the daily candle will like 90% of the time go the opposite in the London session.
Yes.
Look at this GJ coming up in this box.
So, good morning, guys. Ted, so you still GJ buy since Asian session?
Yep.
And you didn't close at 137,500?
Nope. No, it's still going. I think we have room now for the weekly to go to 139.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thing is, I took some buys early this London session. Since Asian too.
Yeah,
And,
it flew up. I saw it fly up, and then it just came right back down again. I'm like 35 pips on one position and 85 pips on my other position. So I added a position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm gonna just swing this all the way up. I think my bigger position can just hold all the way up.
If the daily stays like this, and like the next daily candle is 100% going bullish, because this is support 136,500.
That's right. Yeah. There was a question here. The news is unstable on the pound. How do you predict the currency? It's not unstable. There's been huge price action to say that it's positive. Look at the weekly. All we needed to see on the weekly was it to flip, and once it started flipping, similar to what I said on the refresher. Remember what I said on the refresher on the weekend? I said wait for candles to flip, and once they flip, then you have an opportunity to buy all the way up. It was the same thing with gold. The thing what I said with gold was wait for the weekly candle to push below a certain level for the take to sell. If not, then it's going to go all the way back up. And we saw what happened, right? It held support at that previous bearish candle, and it went up. So I mean, it's a buy. EJ, what did we say with EJ? We said that it's stuck in that weekly range or whatever, and not to touch it until it breaks above that area, right? Because there's a huge weekly range that it's bouncing in and out of, and once it breaks out of it, then to take a trade. And EJ, I think we said the same thing with EJ, that once it breaks down, start taking a position, but once it only breaks down to a certain level.
Yeah, I think looking at EJ, there's a very high chance EJ can come down to like 118,900, even 119, because
yeah, it's pulling all the way back. It's still in that range, but yeah, it can go all the way down to that level. Because that was the tricky one that we were talking about on the weekend, because of the weekly, the way it just pushed up, and like it just went from one range to another.
Yeah.
EJ on the weekly, it basically bounced all the way up, and now it's bouncing off of 119,820. It bounced off that, and now it's dropping down again. But it's still in a huge zone that it could just bounce right back up.
Oh, Jesus, moving. Trying to move 15 minutes. The only time frame EJ looks clean on is on the 4-hour because it seems like broke support 119,350. This is bearish. Looking left is a clean candle.
Yeah, I just don't trust it. That's the only thing with EJ. I don't trust it. I rather look at GJ and ride GJ up to like 137,350 and then go to 137,800. I think we'll return to 137,550 at least.
Ted, there was actually a question in the chat. It said, with the news unstable on pound, how do you predict the currency, or how do you trade pound currency?
Price action.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you look at the dailies, I mean, there's been nothing to say that there's any instability. There's just been discussions, right? But the huge move came last week. It's just a matter of just riding that continuous move. Because remember, the overall, when we talk about supply and demand, we've hit demand, or we've hit the demand area so many times. Mm-hmm. Price has to go somewhere, and it's like what Raj has always said. He's like, doesn't matter what's going on, the news is going to push the pound in the right direction.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because, I mean, for the longest time, it's been so low. They can't keep it forever.
Whatever happens.
Now one bearish candle in sight.
Yeah. And all it takes is somebody to say something else. And there's been positive news with the pound as well. Something else. And there's been... Yeah, it says it's like they've been talking about how it's possible to have a news or have something that the Brexit deal is close, and then there's one that says it's not close. And
see, now GJ has broken back in this range, so there's a very high possibility it's going to continue moving up.
But didn't the Queen give a speech about the Brexit deal?
I don't know.
I honestly think her speech stands no ground in all this political mess. Seriously, her speech means nothing.
Yeah, I think I agree, Rakeel. Doesn't mean shit anymore.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, Queen Elizabeth, do you want to say a few words, mate? She's like, yes, darling, and then that's it.
Yeah, this 1 hour candle should fill 358. I've got a resistance level at 137, 350, so I'm assuming that we should fill up with GJ.
Yep, it should continue up. Clean candle to the left as well. 30-minute making higher lows, higher highs. So theoretically, this one should continue.
Yeah, we'll get the, like the last 5-minute push or whatever for the hour. It'll be something stupid, and then it'll pull back next hour.
If GJ can make one more bullish candle, I'm taking a buy, question mark. Well, you have to answer your own question. Because if you take
a... likely be for gold to flip bearish now, probably.
If you take a buy now, your potential stop is like 15 pips. TP like 20.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, Mr. Siad.
How it's going?
How are you, man? You good?
Great. Doing good.
Doing great.
GJ looks good.
Yeah, looks good to go up. Would it be less likely for gold daily to flip bearish now? I mean, for gold daily to flip bearish, it will need a lot of movement here to flip bearish. Because the only thing that's concerning me is that if it was to flip bearish, why did it go so deep bearish in London session? Look at that 4-hour wick there. Liquidity. You know, super, super heavy bearish move there. But GJ should continue. Queen has lots of power but does not use it. Queen doesn't really care about what's happening with the Brexit and EU and the UK. This is perfect. Even if you look on the 15-minute, this candle closed above this support here. You know, so now you can say, okay, this move must have been like a fake out. So now we've made a higher low, higher high. This candle should make a higher low again and then create a higher high somewhere here.
We can catch some gold buys also if the 1 hour closes like this.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that as well, because it seems like the 1 hour is actually closing above the previous one and the resistance it created yesterday in pre-New York. Well, New York was closed, but still.
Yeah, it looks like it can go and fill that range.
1500?
Around here, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look closely in the morning, where the candles closed for the 1 hour.
Yeah.
It was like a little fake out.
Looks like GJ's doing his thing. That's good. I think we should be good for GJ to go to 350. We're at like 130 now. So it should fill that whole entire range. Should be a nice easy push with this candle.
Makes sense to go even higher.
Yep.
Make even new high.
Yeah, it's probably going to. I mean, I see it going to 138, so it should be no big deal.
Yeah, 135 going to 500 was that daily support that it retested, so it can continue easy.
Yep.
And the news is still very optimistic for the pound.
Yep.
Everyone wants to make a deal, so no one's like saying, "Oh, no deal's going to happen anymore." Everyone's saying a deal should be happening.
What did I eat for breakfast? I had yogurt, cereal, and fruit, like I always have. No, I don't eat Greek yogurt. I eat regular strawberry yogurt. I hate Greek yogurt actually. buy zone. Sure. It's interesting questions. GJ's playing with everybody's soul again. Pulled all the way up and dropped all the way back into the range. Need to hold this support. If we hold it, we should be good. If we don't...
Ooh, GJ reversed.
Yeah. It's last couple minutes before the hour close.
Wow.
I think the next hour we should have a continued push.
Yeah, I think as long as this hour stays bullish, should be good.
This 4-hour candle came from 136,380. You know, it came from the support.
I'm from South Africa. I don't know what's African breakfast. Oh, interesting.
Kushal, you're here every day. You never show a chart. I ignore you. It's just unfortunate that you believe that you can keep doing what you think is your way of doing it without listening to the rules. So we put you in time.
Yeah, instead of like asking for analysis, just post your own analysis. Oh, yeah. GJ has lost his chance to go up.
Yep. Yeah, pull back a bit.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's everyone going?
Good. This is an odd time for you to be here.
Yeah, I thought I'd pop in and say hi and
Nice.
see what's going on.
Yeah, people are looking at these charts. Oh wow, what's this? Clean candle so we don't have traffic. Clean bullish over the zone. New support. I hope whoever this is, you took some partial profits and you put. This is just awful if you're in drawdown now. Patrick Hengo, if you went from profits to drawdown, I don't know.
When do you start to think, oh, okay, start to do profits or stops at break even? I know you say sometimes like 10 pips and I don't know, like, does it depend on the range that you're going for?
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, gold I had buys at 1496.30 area, and once I saw my positions going 10 pips, I closed everything because that was above resistance and candles spiked up in the first 2 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna exit there. I mean, it all depends, you know.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'll put them at break even after I get 10 pips.
Okay, gotcha.
10, 15 pips, yeah.
15, 10 pips. So then, yeah, gotcha.
So this trade here, my positions would have been in like break even 100%.
Yeah. What if it doesn't give you 10 pips?
Well, then I won't let it go back and draw down.
Okay, so if it
Yeah.
But like, say for example, if you're in profit, say 5 pips.
Yeah.
And you know, would you start to think, okay, start to go to break even now, or?
No, there are a lot of factors. You know, just let's say if we're looking at GJ here, right? So if someone took a buy here on GJ, anticipating it to fill this range, which is 28 pips, but the price only went up like what? Let's say 10, 11 pips. You know, I'd always be putting stops at, like, the thing is, I would never let my position go back to drawdown now.
Okay, gotcha.
Whether it's like 2 pips, 5 pips, 4 pips.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
Alright, gotcha. Cool. And Ted, I had a question for you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just playing Mario.
No, all good. I had when you're swing trading, do you check? So, like, obviously you've got your set times where you check the charts, but when you're in a trade, do you find yourself checking it more often?
No.
Okay. Yeah. It would be tough though. I guess now you're obviously a lot more disciplined than what I would be. Because obviously being you. Yeah, I don't know. How do you stop yourself? Well, early on, how did you stop yourself from checking it all the time?
Didn't care.
Okay.
The thing is, you're checking because you're worried about the money.
Yeah.
Right? You're that's the problem. You're not checking because you care about the position. You're worried about how much money you're making. Nobody ever checks the position to see, I'm 80 pips in profit. You're checking to see how much money there is, right? And because you don't trust your analysis to say where the price is gonna go where it should, right? Like right now, GJ pulled back a bit. For me, it doesn't affect my positions because I'm still deep in profit, so I don't care where it pulls back to, really, right? The thing is, people worry about that because they don't have stops in place. They're thinking about the money. That's the problem, right? And you know, there's a comment here. Well, the point of trading is money. Well, it's not, because the point of trading is making correct decisions. And the idea is the more correct decisions you make, the money becomes a byproduct of correct decisions. And that's the problem with a lot of traders, is people turn around and trade because they want to make money, but they don't follow a process and they don't stick with a process. And that's the reason why you lose money, is because your process is invalid and you're forcing yourself to try and make money instead of looking at what is your process and is my process valid for what I'm doing, and will it consistently be profitable. I think that's the biggest issue. People, they don't have a consistently profitable process, or you know, a positive process, and then they worry about the money, because now every time you're taking a trade, you're worried about losing, instead of saying, well, mathematically there's a higher probability I should be winning, so I'm not concerned if I take a loss now. Like if you hear like Raja say the same thing, he doesn't care if he takes a loss because he knows his strategy is profitable in the long term. But the problem is a lot of traders haven't traded long enough to realize that they have a profitable strategy. So they're jumping from strategy to strategy, and then that keeps diminishing your account, because every time you do something, you want to try something different, you want to follow someone else, you want to trade a different pair, and it's like people just don't stick to one thing, right? I like when I started trading, I always stuck to one pair. I didn't know any better. I just did it because it's like, okay, well, you know, today wasn't a win. That's not a big deal. It wasn't, oh, this pair doesn't move properly. It was, I have to wait for the pair to move properly. Like I didn't know the difference. Trading, you know, UCAD and UJ, I didn't know that there were faster pairs out there, or there were pairs that moved better. I just knew the pairs that I was trading, and I just had to wait for that setup. That's basically it, you know.
And then so, like, back to, you know, EJ, for example, he's saying it's in that weekly range.
Yep.
Now, EJ is my pair.
Yep.
And so it's basically, it's just, you know, if EJ is my pair, that's it. I just got to wait, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
EJ's ranging, right? We talked about that in the refresher on the weekend, that it's going to drop into that massive weekly zone, and we have to wait for it to do something. That's all.
Yeah. And the only reason so like, I've never actually heard anyone say, you know, because it's in a weekly range, you shouldn't trade it. I've only heard, okay, if it's been in an hourly range or a 4-hourly, you know, because.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if you have to look at the story that EJ's told, right? Mm-hmm. EJ's basically told you that it's gone from 116 to 119 in 1 week. That's like basically, you know, 300 pips. Now the question becomes is it going to break out of that level, because of the fact that on the weekly it's tapped resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? We don't know. So now do you want to get stuck trying to play guess the direction, because now this week's candle's gone bearish? Like I don't like doing that. I don't like trends where we bounce up and down like that. It doesn't make sense to me. I would rather say if EJ goes EJ goes bullish, it's following the weekly trend. But if it's not, then it's just ranging, and I'd rather just stay away from it, because it's just going to keep bouncing around. It's going to go up and down, up and down. You can see the candles right now on the 4-hour with EJ. It just broke support and it pulled all the way back. So my question is, how do you trade that? How do you trade off the 4-hour right now with EJ? Like, what would you be looking for, and is there a trending market right now?
Yeah, I have, like you said, I have noticed it's quite a mess. Yeah, and you're totally right. Like, it has been very hard to trade it. And ever since your refresher yesterday, and obviously proven today, it's just all over the place. You know?
Yep.
So that basically that range was kind of confirmed after last week. The end of last week.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you look at the weekly level, where did the weekly candle finish off? It finished off at 119,820, and the previous weekly candle finished in the exact same area. So you don't have enough information now, because I mean, if we think logically and we look at this was all buys all the way up, all last week. So you could take buys all the way last week and win. This right now, we don't know if we're creating a wick to do this, or if we're doing this, right? If we're doing this, and then the next week's going to do this to fill back this candle here. So are we doing this section here? Are we doing that? Or are we going to continue to push up? We don't know. So then the question becomes, how do we trade that then if we don't have enough confirmation to give us direction? because of the way the weekly candle's set up. Like, look at this weekly. We have resistance here and support here. So then the question is, like, are we going up or are we going down? And we don't know that. Whereas with these candles here, as an example, we have a clear idea that we're going down. So we just have to wait for this candle here to flip, this candle here to flip, you know, this one here to flip. That's basically all you're waiting for. Here, what's the pattern? What's the idea? And do I want to risk it on the fact that, oh, I think we're going back down again? Like, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good enough for me. I don't think that's good enough information, because it seems very very subjective in terms of what direction we're going. Like, we don't have a specific direction. So I would rather just stay out until maybe next week. If the next bear candle starts to do this, then you know you can take entries over here, and the idea is, oh, we're going back down again. Like, that's all you're doing, is you're just waiting for an idea. That's all we're trying to do. Like, right now, what would be your idea here? Like, what would you be looking to do with that candle on the weekly, and then going into the daily and the 4 hour? What would you be looking to do? Hopefully take sells, and where are we going to? Like, where would be a support area that we think this candle would move to, right? That's the issue. Is I don't see any areas or any targets that the candles will go to.
Okay. Alright. Well, the reason is, so like, I'd look on the daily, and now if this daily goes bearish, wouldn't you say that it would go down to the next? Yeah, exactly where Raj has got his support there. But do you reckon that's too much? It's still unknown, even though that daily is bearish?
Yeah, because that's only one candle, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
We need a little bit more confluence than just one candle. If tomorrow, you know, you can say if tomorrow we get a wick up and then we go down, yeah, then, you know, great, we're going to go right to here. But here, I don't have enough information. This is one of those candles where if it goes down all the way to support today, that's fine. You have to accept it, because of the fact that you didn't have enough confirmation to say that we were going to drop. Like, I would rather miss this move here and then try and collect this later, if that's the case. If this is turning into this, you know how much room you have. You have basically this much room to collect trades. So why are we worried about what's happening over here?
Cool. Yeah.
Right? That's sort of how I look at it, is if you know that this is what you're planning a bearish move down, similar to this move here, all I have to do is I'll come back tomorrow. I'll make a note and say, hey, check tomorrow, you know, and then when it looks like what is happening tomorrow, then it'll be okay. It was the same thing with GJ, right? GJ yesterday pulled up really hard and rejected. So I was like, okay, I have to watch that, because I didn't take any trades yesterday. I have to watch this now for tomorrow. And that's what I did.
Okay. Good. I just want to make sure, because, like, is it kind of like, all right, do I wait for the weekly to break out, or do I, you know, like, how long will that be? You know, it's kind of like, geez, you know.
We don't know.
Yeah,
that's the waiting game.
So the way you want to look at your GPY is, I've been listening to the conversation, is that if you're looking on the 4 hour, you see it had support created yesterday. It broke the support. So Ted's right. Like, I mean, either you miss this move down or you wait for a push up. But when you're looking for a push up, I think then you're waiting for the 4 hour to come back in, like, above this area, 119,400. Because if you're looking for sells, I think waiting for the 4 hour to close would be a good idea and take sells down to 118,900. But then again, if you want to go with the trend, then you're waiting for price to come back above this level to continue taking buys.
yeah.
So that's how kind of like you want to create your trade there. I mean, even if you look on the 1 hour here, it's at support. So, like, you know, at the end of the day, it just comes down to how willing you are to take on the risk.
Yeah. Oh, look, the reason I kind of asked Ted about that weekly range is more so about, does that mean, like, you can't even look at the hourly and make a profitable trade, or, you know, it's kind of like that. That's kind of how I got a little bit confused.
Oh, okay.
You know, but yeah, obviously if you, yeah.
What's this here? Asian wick, London draw, bearish candle. Well, I think you had a good trade there, whoever took this trade. Because I honestly think EJ should continue dropping.
Yeah.
Should continue dropping. It's respecting this resistance. Like the 30-minute has made a high at 119.260. So the trend is bearish. 1 hour is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. Should
Daly's bearish. Yeah.
should continue drop.
Just the candle.
GJ now, I don't know. Like when I came on, I saw GJ could continue up. Like we saw it heading up, and now there's no trade on GJ.
That would have hurt some people. Yeah, so this is why I like the New York session, because you get to chat and everything. I guess Asian every now and again we do too.
Yeah, you don't want to offend the Asians there. What do you mean we don't chat?
There's
We're not chatty enough.
Russian guy that comes on during Asian, and this guy has feelings about everything. It's like every single time.
Who?
The Russian guy, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the boy.
He really pisses me off. Like so much shit. And when you ask him, like, did you take a trade? Oh no, I'm just.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting, man. I have a feeling. Yesterday he was looking at gold. He's like, I have a feeling it's gonna pop up. I
popped up.
Yeah, I did pop up.
Yeah. I had a good feeling.
Oh, he's there.
He's here.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm just watching. You need to go to work.
I'm just looking. All right, what's this? EJ, free traffic, target, ranging. Is this analysis okay or bad? Yeah, your targets make sense. Pure mathematics, I think you're getting better. Pure mathematics, it has been sending us charts for the last month every day, and look, it's getting better now. It's exactly how I see things here. It's very nice, man. Good job. Yeah, this should continue bearish. The 15-minute is indicative of it dropping. The 15-minute candles closed below these candles here to the left. This is good. What's this? Gold stops above this candle, failed to break up, continue down to here. Oh, that's an excellent trade. Nice one. Yep. 1 hour also broke the low, so Santiago, very nice.
See, on EJ, on the 5-minute, not that should be totally so it's still in that range.
Yep.
So on the 5-minute, I'm saying.
Oh, I don't.
On the 15-minute, it broke,
I don't look
but
at
like,
5 minutes.
see, like, what do you look at there then? It's kind of like, there's no trade here.
Well, you could anticipate this 15-minute continuing bearish since the previous one closed below these candles here to the left. But if you're being super cautious, then you could wait for the 30-minute to close and see if this 30-minute closes bearish as well. Because if this closes bearish, then there's a high chance for the next one to go bearish too.
I don't like those wicks, especially on the 30-minute.
Yeah, then you don't have a trade.
Yeah.
I want to learn to trade on my own. What would you recommend for me to start learning? I think you should start learning about support resistance. That's the first thing. Babypips.com, mate.
GJ. Jeez. That is just disgusting.
Yeah, you're right. We wait for this 30-minute to close. Because we don't know whether it's going to close bullish or bearish.
Yeah, you were right. I had no idea. I don't know what's going on there.
Post a chart, man. Let us see what your charts look like.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
There's just a whole bunch of lines at the moment. No, there's no target or anything or trade. There's just a whole bunch of support and resistance zones. Is that what you want?
Yeah, like explanation on the charts, what you see happening. You know, just
okay.
Yeah, just take your time and.
Yeah.
Eugene Lim, yeah, this makes sense. Break support. I think the best thing you can do is just to waiting, especially if you're looking for GJ. Just wait to see where this candle goes.
I love your theory about if you don't see a trade within the first 10 seconds or whatever, like how 30 seconds or whatever, you know, there's no trade.
Yeah.
Because I found that as soon as I jump on the charts and I see something and I take it, like it's been like 90% of the time, nearly 100% of the time that it's been profitable and it's gone in my favor. I find that when I try to force trades, obviously I lose out 100% of the time. But it's a very good strategy.
Yeah, because your best trades are the ones you see within like 10-15 seconds. Like
yeah,
right,
that's it.
yeah, like right now when you're looking at GJ, it's just like, yeah, I don't know where this candle's gonna go, and then you want to jump onto small time frames and do some other analysis. I mean, but if this 30-minute closes above, then you're like, okay, perfect. It's closed back above in this box thing, so it has a higher chance to continue moving up.
It's kind of tough though. Like you'd put your stop right at the bottom of that wick, right?
Yeah.
Or GJ, yeah. It's a few pips.
What's this? Egypt broke down. Have a good move after consolidation. Notice a spike candle downside. Some of them are higher than previous. I would short if it pulled back to either of my boxes and gave some bearish price action. Perfect. So now you have to explain to yourself what bearish price action means to you. When you say bearish price action, what exactly does it mean to you? When you say bearish price action. What's this? USDJPY 30-minute. Expecting a bearish candle. Perfect. If you can expect a bearish candle here, we can expect a bullish on gold. You can take sells and I can take buys on gold. Is binary option or Forex, is this binary option or Forex trading? This is a
Stocks.
yes. This is the pound versus the yen chart. We just do commentary on charts here. 30-minute. Bullish movement. Leaving wicks below support. Formed in 30-minute. Looking for wick fill. 137.50. That was the idea when we came on. There's nothing to do right now. Just wait.
I'm just wondering, Rakeel, you see that break below the zone that we're at below right now, and then you got a candle that touched the support at the bottom and came right back up below the support. Would you not say that that was a possible fake out?
Yeah, it could be, but like right now, I don't see any. I don't either see a sell or a buy. because the only thing matters is how this candle closes right now.
Got it.
Right, so it doesn't really matter if this was if this move down was a fake out or this move up was a fake out. But what matters is how this candle closes. If this closes above 137, there's a high chance of it to move up.
I got you.
Like at least that's what I see.
Yeah, because on my chart I made the that zone right there just below the body of the current candle, but you have yours just above it. So I'm just wondering how do I see it better?
I've drawn it based off of
the most recent.
Yeah, the most recent price action. Like, I mean, before this drop happened, right? I looked at where did this drop from, you know? So I saw this area here.
Got it. Yeah. I see. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, no problem. So this is a very dirty price action right now in GJ. It's extremely dirty.
I think it's just doing what it does. You know, we see this almost every day.
Oh yeah, every day we see this. People take positions, they get stuck, then they're like, oh, we don't know where it's going, and once they close, it sets up perfectly. And
hey, that's what happens to me a lot with GJ. You are used to.
Yeah. There's someone sent a GJ chart. Oh, moving up now. Yes, it's going to continue moving up now. Now it's just the fact if you want to take on the risk. God damn! Look at that spike. Let's check this GJ chart. Support and up. Nice analysis. Ooh, GJ's pushing. See this candle? Now it's above the zone.
Let's wait for a close.
Yeah, if it stays up, we're gonna continue moving up. But the only problem is now it's coming in this range between 137,400 and 137. So it's a 40 pip range. This is amazing to watch. Yes, it's very amazing to watch. Holding from 131,900. Give TP, sir, please. Sir, please take profit.
131,900.
Oh, what? 131.
Is that what you just said?
That's what I read. Nice. 131,900.
Oh yeah, from last week. Yeah.
Yeah, from last week. Nice. Very good.
TP, man. There's no TP. Just hold that shit.
Hold that. Hold it.
There's a lot of momentum now.
Yep. It's gonna. Should continue on its merry way. In 3 minutes, this candle's gonna close, and this should continue going up. I mean, at this point, you weigh the odds. All right. What's the probability it's going to continue moving up versus the probability of it continue moving down, and then you take a trade based on that. See, now when the candle is in this range, you can look at it and say, oh yeah, we're going to go up.
Yeah, we're going to go up.
Yeah, we're just going to go up.
You got this area here. Price has taken orders in this area here and said, hey, we're going back to this area over here.
Yeah. Does EJ and GJ move the same way? No. EJ moves based on euro and GJ moves based on pound. See what the 4 hour, yeah, 4 hours bullish too.
Does the last GJ candle need to have a wick to go to the upside, or do you look at the the red, with the wick from before on the red candle.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically now it's closing above 137. You know, so 137 is a nice psychological level. Plus it's a support area here. You know, so now you're just looking for this candle to continue. I mean, you could target this wick, but I mean the better, more aggressive TP would be around 137 300ish.
Yes, but the green one, if it closes without a wick, is that maybe a possibility will go to the downside?
I still think this should continue bullish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's asking if there's gonna be like a pullback if there's no wick at the top. I see.
Oh yeah, but now when you're looking at this market structure, then if you're looking for buys, then you're saying that okay, now we should stay above the support for it to continue bullish. Right? So whenever you create a bias, you also create a condition. That what condition should be met for it to continue bullish.
Yeah, even if you look to the left there, there's some candles without the wick, and the next one was like a push up. There's almost 3 occurrences there right on the screen on the 30-minute.
If it stays above support, will you wait for it to? No, I'm not gonna enter GJ. I already took gold buys earlier, but like again, if you think it's gonna continue moving up, you have to identify a stop. So I think if I'm gonna enter, my stop is gonna be at least 15 pips here. 15 to 20 pips. $30 closing bullish, closing above 137, so you can expect the next one to continue up. Boom. Just found
so if you look on gold 30-minute and gold 4-hour, the 4-hour candle tapped up for some orders and it's pushing back down, and the 30-minute is closing back into the range. So I think we could get some price action to the downside, especially before New York as well. I think 1491 is a good target for gold sales.
Nice. Tashan is looking for sell. See EJ close garbage. Look at that 30-minute close. So stupid. What's the stop loss for a trade like that? Like, where would you place it? Aaron, I think you need to send your chart with your analysis, because questions like these will get you banned when you don't send a chart. So you have to send a chart with what you think, and then we could give you an idea. If you look at GJ right now, the only thing I see on GJ is the next candle to, you know, do something, to form something like this. That's what I see the next candle to form as. Because the previous one closed bullish, closed above the support.
Is a 30-minute candle pulling back again? Yeah, well.
So two things are going to happen. Either this will continue bullish, or it will start to consolidate and range. And you got to be prepared for both of those situations.
I tend to think that we're going to continue bullish.
Yes.
Just have a sneaky feeling that this candle is just going to grab some liquidity over in this area here, and we're going to do a little bit of bouncy bounce. Because I mean, I think what people have to remember too is look at how deep these retests can be. So there's no doubt in my mind that GJ could potentially drop to here and then pull all the way back up in 30 minutes. Not a good thing, but it is a thing that can happen. I don't suspect it will, but there's always that possibility. So that's where you have to watch, and that's the key with trading GJ is if you look at this 30-minute candle, you could have closed at the top over here and then let this pull back a bit and then re-enter again. Or if you're holding, you have to be aware that you could possibly get stopped out because of how hard it moves, because of the wicks that it creates. Ted, have you taken a trade this morning? Ted's been in trades on GJ all night, and Ted got stopped out in one GJ trade, and Ted opened another GJ trade. So Ted is in profits on his second GJ trade. Because GJ is wild, and I like to protect my profits. Everyone looking at EJ. EJ is ranging. Have fun. Everyone keeps sending EJ charts. EJ.
How long did, on average, did it take you guys to? I think the realization that you don't have to rush. You know, the realization when you only have to just focus on one or two trades and just focus on the process. That's when the change starts to happen. Like this morning, I took one trade on gold buys, and that was about it. And I'm just haven't taken any trade, and nor I plan to take any more trades. Because now if I plan to take a trade, now I'm willing to risk the profits I've made. And if I've made profits for the morning, it just makes no logical sense for me to risk those profits. And if I can end the day positive, that means I've had a winning day.
Hypothetically speaking, what if you saw like a really nice setup?
I still won't take it.
Fair enough.
I'll have FOMO, but I won't take it. Can you give us analysis on your gold? Yeah, gold was pretty straightforward. The 15-minute was pushing up. I looked at the daily. I sent analysis on daily. Daily is going to fill the wick, and there was about like 6-7 pips left for the wick fill. So I entered before this 30-minute candle closed, and when it closed, well, I was in the trade. So the next one pushed up, and that's where I exited. And then it came down. Yeah, look at GJ just do stupid things. If you entered GJ and you've closed in a loss, I would say wait for this to close. Don't re-enter. Don't do over trading stuff. It's very, very important. Understand this will happen over and over again. That's the key thing to understand. Because sometimes when you take a loss, you like, no, I want to take another trade and another trade and another trade, and before you know it, you've really fucked yourself over. The tea is just a secret. Oh, it's not a tea, it's coffee. I was having some nice beaten coffee. Hey, take care, Daniel. Gold, 30-minute. Nice chart. Hey, black box. Black box in the house. Black box, we looked at our crystal ball and seems like GJ is gonna, you know, this candle should finish bullish. What's this chart here? TP1, fill that wick. Yeah, I think, I don't know. You'll have to wait for this 1 hour to close, because this 1 hour needs to break the low of the previous 1 hour to continue down to your wick fill over here. Do we have any signals? Yes, buy USD ruble. It's making a great bullish market structure right now. USD ruble.
Sell copper. Sell copper.
Sell copper, yeah. Putin has gone hunting, so ruble is going to weaken. Can you take a look at Euro GBP? No, Mr. Freak. Can you send a chart, please? If you're new to the stream, or if this is your, you know, first day or second day, third day, just watch the video in description. It will make your experience a whole lot better. Oh, someone sent this chart. GJ, 15-minute. Waiting for 15-minute candle to create support. Enter buy position with TP 137, 180. Nice. Perfect. Sell here, fill that wick. I think you should sell once it comes a little bit more down, because if we're looking at the 15-minute here, especially the 30-minute, I mean, you want the 15-minute to break this low here for it to continue moving down, because look how far that is. This is like an easy 20 pip drop almost, after it breaks that low at like 1493.50. So you needed to break this low to continue down. A lot of people are sending charts now. It's beautiful.
How's it going, man? Fox LA. Can we talk to you real quick? About SIM swapping?
No.
Face to face with a phone company employee accused.
Oh, can't see this chart. Someone tried so hard to send a chart and they couldn't figure it out. Too bad. No live trade for gold today. No, gold is ranging. Look at this, gold is stuck. Gold is stuck. Gold is stuck at the support too, right here. This support needs to break this to continue down. Check email. I post you chart. No, you need to post a chart over here. I'm not gonna go check my email just because you sent me a chart. Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, you need to maybe turn up your volume. Yeah, I wouldn't trust GJ. Look, the 15-minute candle closed bearish. It just diminishes all buying possibilities, at least for me. I tried creating an Instagram, but they're giving me a hard time, I think, for being on a VPN, and now they want to send a picture of my face. Oh, what? That's pretty odd about Instagram. They wouldn't really ask you to send a picture. One hour GJ looks like it will fall. Yeah, it's pretty boring. I mean, it's just stuck. Look at that. Now GJ is back in that range. This is just... There's no trade on GJ. I don't think so. I mean, if this 30-minute flips bullish, that'll be like, wow. You know, an ungodly move that's going to be. But now it's just garbage. No clean, nothing. EJ here as well. The bias was sells, but seems like the 1 hour is breaking the high of the previous 1 hour to maybe do a retracement. No clean move, nothing. Gold as well, no clean move, nothing. Yeah, the hardest thing is to identify when it's a clean chart. Ooh. Like, look, gold here. We discussed how if it breaks this low, this only then it should continue moving down. So come down to this area here. 1492. That's like almost $1.50 drop. Right in this liquidity area. Shoot me an email later. Let's take a look. See, so now the question becomes, are you going to sell gold now, or are you going to wait for this 30-minute, this 15-minute to close? Let's look at the 5 minute. Oh yeah, 5 minute. Next one should go. Boom. Hey, Neon, I'm sorry, but if you send me an email with the chart, I'm going to answer your email before Asian session tonight. I'm not going to take a look at your email right now. Black box. Hey, I can't find your email here, black box. I have a registered complaint. Some hater reported me to Twitter for no reason. So, give link to the Zoom group. Wow, Neon, what's wrong with you? Just post a chart over here. Man, I'm gonna have to hide this guy over here on the stream. I don't know if this is a language problem or I think it's a language barrier. Neon can't understand us. Alright, Neon, I'm going to look at your chart here. Take a look here. Let's take a look at this amazing chart. Ooh, neon. The mail has no content. Oh, there we go. Can't open it. And this 5 minute, if this flips bearish, heading down. How do I save this? It's gold target. That's a very aggressive chart there, Neon. But if it works for you, that's awesome. I'm trying to get it to show everybody, but I can't. You're ignoring a lot of resistances on the way. A lot of resistances. You have drawn an arrow. So this is Neon's chart. You've drawn an arrow like this, and you have drawn a zone like this, and this zone says target. What about this resistance here? You're just ignoring that resistance? This one? Or what about this one here at 1535? This is what's wrong with most people's analysis. You know, they'll look at a chart and with their eyes closed, they'll just move their mouse, they'll open their eyes and they'll say, oh, this is target. And they'll type target. You know, like, you will ignore resistances along the way. Why? It doesn't make any sense. You can't just do that. I can relate to why you started the streams. People asking me to sign up with them for $500 minimum and not giving any info. Oh yeah. That's very normal in the industry. I'm unsure how to send a chart. Chris29, you should watch the intro video. If you can't follow directions, then this is the wrong stream to be in. Alright, what's this? Previous 10, 30 minutes. Yeah, box. Gold's in a box. That's excellent analysis, Chris. No trades. EJ is ranging. GJ is doing some stupid maneuvers here. It looks like it's going to come down. Now it's just ranging here. From this point, we don't know whether it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Oh, wow. What the fuck happened on gold? Spiked straight down to that support.
News, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably news. Oh, wow. Holy, gold is retracing. Back bullish. Look at that daily candle just going back up. Damn. But look where it bounced from. To the T, mate.
You strong for weight, mate?
Yeah, did someone fart? What happened?
I think GJ is going to be bearish. I'm looking at the wicks right now. And they're all like one lower than the other. Look at GJ on the hour trade.
Gold is walking with a dildo in both hands.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now it's going down.
Wow.
Damn.
Trump tweet.
That whipsaw though. I made it on Twitter to see if there's anything.
What's this chart? Target. Going back. Gold going back to 2016. The moderator here on YouTube is trying to be funny. Going back to 2016. Gold will go back to 1557. How can you say that? It's just so wild to just call out numbers. Like, if you're gonna hold the trade till 1557, then that's perfect. Show it. You know, because most people, they just call out numbers and they have no balls to just say, hey, I'm holding this trade. You know, it's just you have to be realistic. You have to live in the present. I mean, all this daydreaming that, oh yeah, it's going to go to 1557 while you're holding no trades. You're making no money from that move. You're just closing your eyes and seeing numbers. It just makes no, it doesn't help you trade better. Let's put it that way. It's never going to help you trade better. This is so sad. Let's play guess the number. Let's guess gold's gonna go back to 1250. Once price breaks this level, sells to next level. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense because it couldn't maintain its bullish structure. So if you want to take sells, that would make sense. Yeah, I'm trying to find that spike news. I can't find anything. Oh, US found a way to solve problem at talks. China. US attitudes on trade actually the same. I knew it. Their attitude is the same. Which means Trump wants an even better deal. Can we sell gold now? See, I was looking at the same thing. This I wouldn't trade, but I do think, okay, so this is what I think. I think that this was support. Support got broken, this kind of closed below. So theoretically, it should continue down to fill this wick, theoretically. So I would just want to watch this happen and then trade it the next time it happens. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm not confident it's going to go all the way down, but if I see it heading down, then that will just, like, you know, reaffirm the confidence that, okay, you know what, this actually works. So then the next time I'm going to execute on it. Okay, what's this? Someone sent a chart. Nice chart. Can't see anything. No labeling, no nothing. Oh, you have a buy sell indicator. What's it saying right now? It's Signal histogram. What's this saying right now? It's saying sells? God damn. Oh, you even have volumes over here. Wow. Some advanced trading methods over here. Very nice. Can AUD news affect gold at 230? Yes. Because it has direct correlation with gold somewhat. Nothing concrete is happening at all in the markets. Nothing concrete. Honestly, nothing. Just so hard. I mean, GJ is in the middle of a range. I mean, if you take a buy or a sell, there's a 50-50 chance it's going to go up. And if it goes up, then you're going to turn around and say, oh, the reason why it went up was because there was support here. Or if it goes down, then you're going to say, oh, because it came back in the range, that's why it went down. You know, so it just, there's a 50-50 chance of both things happening. So it gets pretty hard to trade. You know, and you need to understand that fact. It's really important. Gold as well.
Moves happened pre-London. Pre-London session, we had nice moves.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you might see some cleaner candle formations next hour or something, like in the next 4-hour candle. But so far, I just don't see anything, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Everything is ranging, yeah. I mean, we may have a push or any pullbacks during 9 a.m. So far, nothing.
Yeah, like the analysis on gold was it might tap the support, but it happened so fast.
Yeah, man, that was a crazy move.
Like out of nowhere.
If you go to 1 minute, then you're gonna see a bearish candle and then a bullish candle, and then everything came back to range.
Yep.
It's crazy. Crazy move.
What's this chart? Oh yeah, this is Neon's chart here. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Nice. It's a very nice chart. Hi, did you take any trade? Yeah, I took GJ buys very, very early in the morning. Oh, gold buys, sorry. And it's been 1.5 hours since I have taken any trade. So nothing. Yeah, 1.5 hours since we last sinned. What do you think about Elliott wave and how it works? Is it helpful? I tried studying Elliott wave, and after 2 minutes into reading it, I stopped reading it. So all I know is it's about some waves, and Mr. Elliott created those waves. That's all I know. Euro USD waiting for price to break support. Excellent analysis. Excellent. And now you also got to see that what would happen if it broke resistance, right? So you got to have both things in mind. If it breaks support, you know you're going to sell, but you also got to understand what's going to happen if it breaks resistance and goes up. It's not necessary that you're going to trade the buys, but once it goes up, you will understand why it went up. You know, you're not going to be lost. Oh man, why did it go up, man? You know, so like you would know like why it went up. So that's the most important thing, and that's also a very good learning process too.
I was just gonna say, Rakeel, yeah, that one, if it does hit resistance at the top, at least you'll know that it's even a wick there, you know, like that, the best entry you can get.
Yeah. Okay, what's this? GJ 4-hour chart. Yeah, I think it's a good chart. I think your analysis is good. Your entry is great. I think you can bring your stop below the 4-hour candle here, the current one, because I mean, if you're still in buys, then you're anticipating this 4-hour candle to close bullish in 1 hour, and then you're also anticipating the next 4-hour candle to continue bullish as well. So I think it'll be better to trail stops if you see fit. I dial in every day to listen to the so-called rants from Ted. For people who think he is rude, try working on trading floor. Ted would be like an angel. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. I usually have my TP set higher. Yeah, I mean, if you have your TP set higher, you have to understand now your TP is above resistance. That's what your TP is. It's above resistance. So why will price go above resistance just to tap your TP because it likes you? No. You know, that's not what the market does. It's above resistance. So logically, your TP should be around over here. This should be your TP. Above resistance means that you are anticipating it to break resistance when it hasn't broken resistance. You know? Oh, meant it to go to 137.9, but you have it at 138.05, so okay, perfect, makes sense. There's a whole lot of nothing going on here. Oh, it's 3 degrees right now. Damn. It's getting cold, man. 3 feels like 0 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come back to Miami, brother.
Man.
Bring wife and your kid.
Miami weather, 25.
Really good, huh?
It's really good. That's really good.
Hey, 3 degrees is what it says while you're sitting inside, Rakeel. It's 0 outside.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's 39 right now in Mississauga in Fahrenheit. It's too cold. Everyone is getting finessed today. Yes. If you only trade EJ, EJ is a no trading pair today. You cannot trade EJ today. Anyone here from Vaughan, Ontario? Yeah, not sure. Maybe someone. We have some Asians from Vaughan here. Vaughan and Markham. Except for Ted. He's an Hungarian guy. I made 400 from GJ. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Are you hanging out with Forex Rob? Yeah, Forex Rob is actually coming to Toronto. We're gonna go out for dinner. Hopefully Ted lets me buy him food this time. Ooh, 27 degrees. Yeah, Forex Rob is coming to Toronto. Correlation of GJ at myfxbook.com says negative correlation. Gold is on what? Gold is on bullish hourly, so I short gold. Why would you short gold? No, what? Oh man, you need to relax on this. So this guy, he's like, gold is bullish, so I short GJ. Amazing, beautiful.
What?
You should. Why are you even shorting GJ looking at gold? You should short GJ looking at GJ. You know, not because those things don't work. You know what I used to do? How I lost a lot of money? I used to trade GJ based on where UJ was going in the New York session. Did that make sense? No, made no fucking sense at all. No sense at all. No matter what I told myself, it made no sense. Now when I look back, I was being a retard. That did not work at all. Yeah, seriously, I was a big fucking fool, because if I was trading GJ based on UJ, I didn't realize that in New York session it's a London overlap and GJ is moved by the pound and UJ is moved by the US dollar. And the pound and the US dollar have no correlation whatsoever.
I mean, give yourself some credit. I mean, you fully figured that out afterwards.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it took me a lot of stupidity to really understand that.
I think when we first begin this Forex journey, we're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Ignorant at the time. So, yeah, but I mean, it's just common sense, really.
Which wasn't common.
Yeah. Okay.
So, whoever said that, either you take my advice or you learn it on your own.
Go learn today.
Yeah. Either you take my advice with no questions asked, or you just learn it on your own. That's why do you trade GJ? Because I have traded GJ for a long time, and that's what I like to stick to. Some people trade oil, some people trade everything. I just trade one or two pairs. What's MMM strategy? I don't know. Don't care. MMM. Oh, market maker method. Yeah, I actually watched. Someone sent me 28 videos of market maker method. I watched the first 15 minutes of it and then I closed it. It just got too hard. It just got too complicated. I was like, oh fuck, this is so hard. I just stick with 4-hour buy support and sell resistance. That's what I stuck to.
What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, man.
Good. Any trades today?
No, just gold buys very early in the morning and that's it.
Yeah, everything looks like pretty messy.
It's dog shit, man.
Yeah.
Did you see that gold move down?
Yeah, did you catch that? No?
No, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't, I don't know. It's just 1 hour and 4 hour just looks horrible.
Yes.
Great barcodes.
Barcodes everywhere, even on EJ.
Yeah, GJ is a mess, obviously, to be expected with all the Brexit talk continuing. Like, yeah, no trade for me today.
Nice. Someone who agrees with my analysis.
Oh, there you go. What everyone else is trying to buy and sell.
Well, here in the stream, guys are looking for trades, and I'm like, there's nothing.
Nah, it's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
I mean, the 1 hour you could say on gold is obviously the last 1 hour candle closed straight back in the range, but you look at the 15-minute now, it looks like it's rejecting this like 1492 area.
Yeah. It's just,
so, yeah, I don't know.
It's super hard today.
Yeah. I said I'm just going to wait for it to break out of that range on gold, I think, and GJ as well.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd come on and have a chat because I'm bored and waiting.
Yeah, nice, man. There's nothing.
I listened to your podcast. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. It was good.
Yeah, the guy told me on Saturday, hey, what about Sunday morning tomorrow? I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
So what's his story? Do you know?
I think he just started doing podcasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's someone who just started doing podcasts, and he's like, well, this way you can give me some exposure. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind sharing my story at all.
Cool. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Some good advice for all the new traders.
Yes. It's kind of like the same things we talk about here every day.
Yeah.
Be patient, wait for trades, use stop losses.
Yeah.
Look at gold coming back inside this range now. I'm friends with Forex Rob. I lost his info. We had plans to do something. Well, I guess you were friends with him, but I guess he wasn't friends with you. Or he would have sent you his info.
Is he not on Instagram anymore then?
No, he got deleted.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Too many people complained.
Yeah, he got deleted. He's coming to Toronto.
Who's not on Instagram anymore?
Oh, come on.
Is that US 30 today, Kevon?
Good, man. It's blessed to me, man.
Damn, bless us too, man. Give us some signals.
Yeah, come on. What we doing?
Come on, mate.
Right now it's consolidating, so.
Oh.
Like everything else, then.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if this, just watching this 15-minute candle on gold, if it holds this like 1494 area, it may feel down. But let's see.
US 30 trades just like gold, man.
Oh
But
yeah.
the opposite direction, I guess.
And plus, then I don't get any commission with my broker, so that's why I even like it even more.
See, I don't get commission on my broker on gold. That's why I love it.
See, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know certain pairs. Like when I had them in oil a couple years back, and I was like, oh, they don't trade no commission, but I never paid attention to it. But I saw US 30 didn't have any commission, so I started like, okay, I could do some damage.
Nice.
Oh
yeah,
no.
because if you catch it at the right time, it moves fast.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of pips as well, because it's like what 4 or 5 digits, right, behind the decimal point. So
yeah, it moves like points.
Yeah.
It's like it moves like $50, 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the stop's a lot tighter also. So like gold, I have a bigger stop loss, so I could be a little bit more aggressive with US 30.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh shit. I just saw something I can't unsee now. Oh, he just dropped in. Yeah, EJ 4 hours should continue. It's a clean candle. what's this? EU 4-hour chart. See what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's clean. Whoever did that.
What kind of analysis is this? How can you take an entry?
Basically, but I don't understand why he's saying retouching the trend line. I already broke the trend line and retouched it already. It's the only thing I don't get.
Yeah, but from here, where do you take an entry? How do you take an entry?
He's saying, looking at, well, the way I read that, he's saying it's broken the support at 110.23. He's waiting for it to retest up there and then take sales, I guess.
Yeah.
Hold up, don't move your thing, Rakeel. Hold up, let me see if I could. What about this part right here? Did he take this in consideration? Oh, maybe he already did. All right, now I see it. So, okay, I see it.
But that's a strong area though. Look as well. It's like 110 dead flat. I wouldn't be selling at into 110 flat. I'd wait for 110 flat to break.
Yeah, exactly. That round number, not good.
Yeah, strong zone now. All right, gold. Come on, are we gonna get a trade here?
30-minute candle's about to close.
Looking for sales on gold?
Yeah,
looks like it now.
15 minutes, just rejected that 49.
Yeah, we're coming back down to fill this wick here.
I was trying to get sales off the 30.
1491. Hey, we can't play YouTube music here. What the fuck is that?
I would rather wait for a close below 1493. Or, oh wait, 91 is what you guys said, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna fill this wick if it's coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the hour chart. Doesn't really say much.
Rakeel, based on fundamental from the morning and the futures are Dow being up, can this be an extra confidence to short gold? Yeah, possibly. Could be a confidence to sell gold. Because technically speaking, gold made a support here. There was a support here. This candle did a massive fuckery down and up, but closed below support. This candle closed below support. This candle is about to close in 5 minutes. If this closes below, then there's a higher chance price can come down and fill these wicks.
I see what you guys are seeing on gold. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's not that trustworthy the way it is.
Safe trades below like 1488, but
yeah, that's more what I was looking at. I mean, you might find that this might be the peak. If this is a really aggressive entry, if you're looking on the weekly, 1497 may be the top of the weekly wick. So any entry here, if you have a stop above 1497, I think you're probably good.
Oh yes.
You know, just because what we're basically seeing is we're seeing this wick here being formed over here.
Yes.
And then we're dropping down all the way to here.
I just didn't like the way the weekly candle closed in the end last week.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that was actually a good thing, because this was basically what you could say, this was a huge booby trap candle. And then this move here should continue all the way down here. That's sort of my idea, is we'll get the fill this week. I just wanted to see this weekly candle first. I wanted it to be over here. Like, I wanted us to be over here, and then I would sell off all the way down to here.
Yeah, no, I was just hoping that weekly candle closed a little bit strong, because on the daily, it didn't close below, like...
Right. Yeah, you can see that there's a zone there almost, yeah.
I agree with that weekly.
Yeah, because like if you decide right now, if you turn around and you say right now, okay, I'm going to take a trade for the weekly. Basically, what you would do is you'd put your stop over here. Your stop would be over here at like, oh, sorry, no, that's way too high. It would be the weekly, which would like right over here, right? That's sort of where you would put your stop on the top of this weekly. So you would say, okay, I'm putting my stop over here. And you can argue that and say, well, Ted, why don't you put your stop over here? I just think that the way gold moves, more than likely, this is probably the top part of the wick, and then basically your take profit would be down here. And what you would be arguing here is, I believe that this is going to flip bearish because I believe that Trump will announce something positive about trade war, and then that'll drive it down to 1460, and you'll have a huge trade off the weekly. But the thing is, once you execute over here, so you have 1492 to 1500 essentially, so you have an 80 pip stop, and then you have what is that, 1492, 1482, 1472. So you have like a 300 pip reward at that point. So you actually have a really good trade. So you have almost like a 4-to-1. But the thing is, if you want a safer trade, what I would do is I would take an entry below here, right? And then basically say, okay, my stop can be over here, and then I'm taking my trade all the way down to here. But if you want a really aggressive entry, you can allow it to do this jazz over here and then basically dip, if that's what you believe is going to happen. But it would be a huge trade at that point. It'd be fun too. Ted Wright, he's talking about fractals. I guess. I don't know what fractals are, so I apologize. And GJ is hanging around in that range. I got stopped out twice on GJ.
Yeah, GJ mess.
Super mess.
Buy signal above here. There's your buy signal.
I mean, this is my chart right here. Let me post it to Rakeel.
This is your sell signal below here. Oh!
Oh! So, someone made the candle go there.
Right, that's my GJ. I've just put it in the chat, Rakeel.
Alright.
So that's the scenarios I'm waiting for.
Holy cow, did that spike just...
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that is actually creating a bearish wedge. So we break below that, then we should hit 135.50, no problem.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, is it the same range here? We got the, what's this? 136.500 and 137. Oh yeah, we got almost the same range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just in this very aggressive range.
It is. I took a trade from the bottom at 8 a.m. and I got out because I got stopped out in my other positions, and I still have my one position running, but it's bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't like the way on GJ, I don't like the way the hour has formed on it. If you look at GJ on the hourly, I don't like that it's holding support, but the last like 3 hour candles were bearish. So I don't trust this bullish candle. I would wait for the next hour and see that this is now actual support, and the next candle does this. Trying to get in right now is very scary, and if you're in a position and you get to this area over here, I'd exit. If you're in a drawdown and you're recovering from this, because at any given point coming towards the last half hour, we could drive right down for no reason. So just be aware of that. I just don't trust GJ, because if it does break this support, then we're obviously to this level here, but I don't think it has enough power this hour to go further up. I hope it does, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, but that was a nasty move down.
It was actually, and the thing is, it's not a safe spot. So like if you like right now at 136.940, 136.930, if you were in a position and you were in drawdown like from over here, get out. That's your opportunity. Like GJ just blessed you with an opportunity to exit the trade again. So just be aware of that. That if you're in a drawdown and you were in a drawdown from like say over here, and now you're up over here, this is one of those things where you have an opportunity to leave the trade in a positive effort. And even if GJ flies up to 138 or 139 in the next like 5 seconds, obviously it's not. But this is one of those trades where it's nice to get out and not have to worry about anything anymore, because you tried to fight GJ and GJ won, and just learn to just let go and be like, hey, that's cool. And what I would do then is, if I was in this trade still, I would then turn around, exit here, wait to see what happens in the next hour or so over here. I don't want to play in this. We tested it by trying to take trades over here. This candle really fucked everybody, and then we came back up to recover the fuckery. Now it's like, hey, thanks, you let me out. Like, don't be a hero. That's what it comes down to. That's sort of how I look at it, is because this held support. As soon as this held support and this candle flew right back up to basically entries over here where you originally trying to take entries, that's a good thing for GJ just to let you out. And if this then drops again, then you don't have to worry about it. Ideally, like I said, I want another candle doing this and pushing up here, and we didn't get that yet. That's the candle that I'm looking for. I'm looking for this candle, and I'll take trades above this area here. But I need the candle. I won't take a trade above here with this candle. I won't use this candle to go above here and then take a trade. I won't do that. That's stupid, because this candle's stale in my eyes, even though it just started to form in the last 5 minutes. I need something over here to drive up. This candle is not my driver. It doesn't make any sense for it to be a driver candle. I need one more candle tapping into this zone and pushing up. That's what I'm looking for. If I took trades over here, buys over here, then yes, it makes sense to hold on to this candle. But I highly doubt anyone took trades down over here. Everyone was probably in over here. So exit, wait for this candle to finish. The next half hour, let it pull back, and then let the next candle drive up. Do that one, because that will be a fresh hour. And also what it'll also show is this current hour that we're working on is bullish, and now the next hour should continue on our way, and we have a more confident direction at that point. Okay, so just be careful. I mean, obviously, if you want to take trades in here, be my guest. Doesn't bother me. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying I rather see one more drop here, and the key will be your candle when it drops over here. The wick should be above this area over here, so it doesn't necessarily come down to that area, but it stays, say, maybe in this area here or this area here. That gives me stronger confidence that we're actually going to drive further up, because what we're saying is that we're leaving this pool liquidity, because you can turn around and you can map this out and you can say that all this here is liquidity, right? Similar to what we always do when we talk about. So ideally, I want to see a candle come one more time into this liquidity, and then I want to see it pop back up over here. And the idea is this wick is not as deep as these wicks over here. So that means that we're leaving this pool of liquidity, and now we're starting to move in this direction, and then probably coming up over to here again, and then eventually over to here. And knowing that, when you think about GJ, when has GJ been moving lately? Usually later on in the morning. So probably over, like in the next hour or two, you might have that big push. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. So, gold looks like it's creating resistance here, 1494.
Yeah.
But I also don't like the wicks on the bottom of the 15.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at as well. It's not doing what it should be. So, time to sit back and wait. Raja is tired of hearing Ted go off. Actually, Raja's probably either going to get coffee or he's attending to his son. Just for that comment, I'm going to put you in timeout.
You love to do that.
Yeah. Thoughts about USD JPY? Clash Clans, you can definitely post a chart and we will take a look.
Clash of Clans? Yes.
Enjoy looking at charts if you post them. Not a great trading environment today. Yeah, Black Box, I tend to agree. I think yesterday's low volume created a mess. So I think that's sort of the issue right now.
Man, my office, every time I walk in, I just get so happy just looking at
You
it.
just redone it, Rakeel.
Yeah.
New desk and everything.
New desk. That's it. New desk and a full room.
Nice.
Yeah. Because we had one extra room where we had a bed in it, and we had the bed in it thinking, what if someone comes over to stay? Oh,
yeah.
You know, and I'm like, no one's has come here to stay for over a year.
Yeah, we had that. We had like a whole spare bedroom.
Yeah.
Like king size bed. I was like, literally no one ever comes to stay.
Yeah.
It's a waste of space.
Yeah, so this long weekend I told my wife, hey, let's get this bed out of here. We don't need this.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so we just got 2 small mattresses now. So if someone comes over, they can have the mattresses in the living room.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you've got a nice new office.
Yes. Feels good.
You just get those air mattresses. I have one of those. So just plug it in and it blows up in 5 seconds, and then that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
If someone comes over to stay and you need a room, you gotta pay rent. You can take the
Oh boy.
Yeah. Obviously I'm not gonna do that.
I had to move from my bedroom to the living room with my computers because I need to expand my desk. And during London, usually my wife are, blaming that I have the lights on. So I had to move from the bedroom to the living room.
Okay.
Since I have 8 kids, there's no room for another office in my house.
Did you say 8 kids?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, Simon. I had 3 kids. I'm joking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going, geez, do you not go to sleep when you go to bed?
Oh, 5 are on their way from the border right now. 5 are coming.
Damn. Anything more than 3 is a crime. That's the way I look at it.
I'm glad kids are good kids. Oh, gold.
Gold and GJ, both just hanging around doing their thing.
Yeah, when we finish the streaming around 10,
That's when it'll move.
That's gonna be
If you could break out that consolidation area on the 1 hour, I think we could see some nice movement on gold.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm looking at is if we break above like 1496, say, we could go all the way back to like 1501, 1502, 1503 probably. Fill that whole range, and that will basically undo the whole move from last week, the whole drop.
Hunting GJ. I like GJ's structure right now on the 30-minute, the overall structure. I had support at like 135, 470, and I have resistance at 137, 358. And the way the structure's been built, it really popped right off of 135, 476 with a nice clean candle, and then it pulled back up. And I think we should probably come back to 137, 358. I like that. We need to break out of this small little area here in the next hour. The new hourly candle. I want to get up to 137 flat, pull back into 137 like 950 or 136 950, and then continue to pull up at that point. That's what I look for at GJ. So I want to pull back in the next hour. So I want this candle to finish strong bullish in the 30-minute, and then the new hour candle to pull back down, create a wick, and then push, and then I'll take an entry on the next hour candle.
But for that, you're looking this hour candle must close around 137.10.
Yeah, I want this hour candle to close above 137, so that the next hour candle can pull back into 136.
Okay.
So that's what I'm waiting on. Because the reason why I say that is I want this to start to push above the previous wicks on the previous hourly candles. I want it to be in that area.
Yeah.
So that it looks like now the last hour candle was more of a booby trap, and now we have the real move starting at that point.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for right now. So like, see how this candle's now going? It's like at 136.880 or 130. Yeah. Now it's at 137. See that strong bullish movement? I like that, because then that means when we pull up, the next hour candle will pull back into the 136, like 980, 950 in that hourly range, and then we'll break through and push up to like 137, 350 or so. That's what I'm anticipating.
Yeah, it looks good. If this hour candle close around 137, above 137,
right?
We may have a pullback. Maybe the 136.95, and that week that's gonna be the entry.
Right, exactly. Because then what you're effectively doing is you're effectively dipping into that top. You're dipping into the top of the hourly range. So if you box out your hourly candles, like, so your range is basically 137, 147 to 136, 723. That's what I would consider the hourly range. Looking at the last three candles. This candle, the 7 o'clock candle, the 6 o'clock candle, 6 a.m. So these three candles in a row, you have a top range of 137, 183, a bottom of 136, 735. So the median is like 136, 960, right? Because you can. That's where the body of the candles have finished on the last two 1 hour candles. So what I'm hoping is this candle pushes up into like 137.050 into that area. So the next hour candle won't dip back down into like the 136s, like the 136 700s. It'll then drop halfway into like 136 950, 960, and then from there we can start to look at entries going in there. So Raja's got this. Raja, can you pull up the hourly? I just want to explain a little bit more detail. So what I've done is I break up the candle into two sections. This candle, this section, and this section, right? So these are our two sections. So the idea right now is your median is this middle area here, right? Where the bodies of the candles are. So the idea would be now, if we break above this lower section, then what we should have is we should have a dip back into this lower section and then a drive back up at that point. The idea here is this candle is finishing, this 8 a.m. candle is finishing hourly bullish. So what it'll do is it'll probably tap into this range here, but it doesn't have enough power to push all the way through. So your next hourly candle will tap down into it, and then we should get this movement up through it. So we should get this pushing through it at that point. But the idea, your key here is what I'm looking at, is I'm looking at to see where this wick forms. And I'm hoping that this wick doesn't drop into this area and it just drops into this, because then what that means to me is that this is our support area here that we found, and now we're just going to start moving in this direction here to go further up at that point.
Away from that.
That's right.
Basically, on the 15 minute, I would like to see a bullish candle close above that previous 3 candles. We have a resistance on 4 hours,
right?
15 minute candle. I want to
Right.
see a close above that.
Right.
Then we have the 9 a.m. We're gonna have a pullback. Then that should be your entry.
Right, and that's the idea. So, and if I don't get that idea, if that idea doesn't come true, like right now we've pulled all the way back into the range again, if that doesn't happen, then I'm more skeptical of my idea, right? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plan out my idea on the basis of we're finishing at around 137 or like 136, 980. If we don't finish there, I'm not as confident at that point. And that's where I might take a step back and say, okay, maybe this isn't a valid idea, and I might have to wait again till like 930 to see where we're at that point. But if we finish at 136, 980, 137, I think my idea is valid at that point, and I'll hunt it a little bit more. But based on the current price, I'm not confident that that idea is going to be valid. It's just mapped out just in case we get to that point. And that will then, that allows me to trade this pair. If we don't get the move that I'm looking for in the next half hour, in the next 10 minutes or so, then I have to reevaluate and say, is it really worth it? Or was this hour candle a booby trap candle and we're actually going further down at this point? And the next hour candle will wick up and then just drop. So that's sort of what I'm looking at this point. If the hourly candle doesn't close strong enough bullish, then it was a booby trap.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
There's one thing about GJ that I would like to see, but it's really hard for me to tell we're gonna have like a momentum downside, because what is it? Let's see, here I see if we break I wanna see break below this
right,
this support right here, and then my move should be this candle, this bullish candle, this mirroring candle.
That's right. Yeah. Effectively, you get something.
I don't see GDP that weak to come down that area.
The only thing that you think of, and this is where we have to be cautious, is if we come back into this area again and the candle isn't a strong bull candle, like we don't have rejection down over here, that if we turn around and we say, okay, this candle comes up, like we get a bullish candle that just moves straight up here with no wick, that would scare me in the sense that I would think that, oh, now we're going to drop, because then essentially this candle is creating the wick up to then drop all the way through. that's what I would be worried about. So if the next candle, so this is the 30-minute candle, say the next 30-minute candle just flies up bullish, like it just does one of those, right? And everyone's like, oh yeah, great. But what it's effectively doing is it's flying back into this liquidity and then dropping, to your point, to that nearer candle. So that's what I'd be watching, and I would rather see, like I said, the rejection here, another rejection, as long as it can be. The longer the rejection, the better for me. I would be very happy with a long rejection, because then what I'd be doing is, as this candle is rejecting or dropping, I could then start to look for orders at the top part of that drop. And then essentially when the wick gets formed and the orders start moving up, I take buys there, and then you'd have this. The price would just go that way. So that's what I'd be doing. So really, your key at this point is to look for where is that rejection going to happen and how deep is that rejection going to be. And if it makes sense, then to take buys off of the bottom of that rejection at that point. Because effectively what you're saying is that we, at any point in over here, if we get a wick and the wick doesn't go below the current support that we've made, we're going to probably head up at that point.
Alright, gold on the move.
Yeah, that's interesting. 15-minute candle.
Held that 1494 strong. So I'm just going to wait now for, you see those wicks on the 15 minutes? So we've got one at like 1491.50.
Yeah.
I'll wait for that zone to break before I sell it, I think.
Yeah.
And then I should be able to, because if it's going down, if it breaks that, then it should come all the way back down to like 1489. So
yeah, I see that on the, like, you have a strong support at 1489.50.
Yeah.
On gold, so you should have a nice easy target if we do drop there. I would say anywhere after 1490, you should be closing your trade, unless there's huge momentum that breaks 1489.
yeah, see, so it's just tapping that 1492 area again, which is 4 at the moment. So I mean, coming into 9 a.m. it could flip all the way back. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm expecting it'll shoot up a little bit for the New York Open and then continue the trend.
But I mean, the 1 hour is just filling the 1 hour wick.
Yeah.
Let's see, just gotta wait some more.
Yeah, I just don't trust it. It's so weird because the higher time frame is so bullish. It does look good though on the higher time frame. And if this daily actually does flip bearish, tomorrow's going to be a monster sell, which is great for gold.
Sorry, what do you mean flip bearish? As in engulf the previous day?
Yeah, so like if we have it, if you know where we're at 1492, if we drop down to 1488 or 1489, then I would say tomorrow's candle pops up and then drives all the way down to 1475.
Yeah. You've got to remember, USD was on holiday yesterday.
That's right.
All those orders will come to when it opens.
That's right.
And it's still forwards and backwards with Trump and China. Like,
yeah, which is fun.
Hence the range we're in right now. So
it's just, man, they really take everybody for a ride on those trade talks. Oh yeah, we're doing this. It's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, nothing's confirmed.
Yeah, then China comes out, well, no, actually, Trump, don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's so scary when he does that. Like you don't really believe a word he says because you know that nothing's in writing yet.
He just does it, for his own, build his own ego, doesn't he? He just likes people going, oh, Trump, you're amazing. You saved us.
Save us.
All right, well, GJ's back in that area that I was talking about, so that's actually really good for us now. Jeez.
managed to close that area?
Yeah, we got what, 3 minutes to close, so that's actually pretty good for us. Don't go too high now, damn it. Jesus.
30,
like in
30
3 minutes, that's gonna pop 10 pips. Like, are you kidding me?
And that's the thing. If we close that heavy, that bullish, I don't think we're gonna have a
retest.
Big pullback. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at too. My finger is on the trigger.
And look at gold as well. It's going to close strong on this support. It's 15 minutes.
Yep.
Oh, it's coming down. Yeah, 1492.
Which means the next one could just drop.
Yep.
Putting a sell stop in here, I think.
Yep. Oh, there it goes. It's already 1491. Holy cow. We're gonna miss all these moves at 9 o'clock.
No.
Oh, look at that.
It's just ridiculous.
Could have taken it off that 15 minute when it was creating that resistance.
We did call this though, this wick fill.
Yeah.
Doesn't count when we don't trade it.
Exactly.
It's just because sometimes gold will pull all the way back violently. So it's like, is it really worth it to try and grab that unless you're in at the highest point?
Yeah, that's the concern. But you don't want to be hitting sell now because it could just whip all the way back.
Yeah, but it'll drop like 5 or 6 pips in the next minute, and and people will jump on. People will jump on this sell going, oh, it's gonna go. But it's like, this is the point where if you miss this trade, it's okay. Because the timing was way off. It doesn't make sense for you to try and take a trade 1 minute before the new hour candle, because the next hour candle could whip all the way up.
Yeah, this is good though. So if this one this closes here, I want this new 1 hour to wick up towards 1492, and I'll take a sell there.
GJ is moving so much.
Oh, GJ too.
Oh yeah, GJ's moving too.
I wanted GJ to live at least a small wick up.
I know, it's not.
It's not, man. Oh boy.
There it goes. See you later.
Come on, GJ. Don't do that. Well, Ted, you have another position down there, right?
Yeah, my position from the other time is open. So I'll just see what we can do here. I might have to take. Okay, good. I might have to take an entry above. I think 137, 100. I think I'm gonna get in. Yeah.
Gold sells. They could have been really good when I mean, the previous 30 minute didn't break the high of the previous one.
Yeah, with gold, you don't want to chase that sell right now.
Yeah.
Now chase it. Because you can have a pullback.
Yeah, I was just looking to see where I could have entered.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting an opportunity. So to putting up.
Okay, let's go.
Buy stop 1491. Or sell stop, sorry.
Okay, GJ. Let's do this.
Yeah, and GJ buy stop activated as well.
Yeah.
So that was good. That buy stop actually is gonna fly. Holy shit.
That was a nice call, Ted.
Yeah. But now we're coming into that range, so you might get like 6 or 7 pips and it might just pull off. But I think we got legs. The way that the candles are forming on the hourly, I think we've got legs there to go to right to 350. I think we should be good. Because you have that exactly what I was looking for. It wasn't as strong, that wick. But that means that we're just gonna consolidate in this area.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Monty Cruz. Oh yeah, it sells really good. Nice Monty.
And then gold, I'm looking to try and get a buy stop in or sell stop. And this is the first opportunity, which is fine. Wait for it to come back down.
Yeah, but it's better to wait for confirmation.
See, now looking at GJ 4 hour, this could potentially continue up to fill this wick. This is
that's the idea now.
That's the same wick as the 30-minute wick on the gold.
I know it's too much. It's a big move, but my take profit is around 137,500. I know we have this huge resistance around 137, 35.
Yeah.
But if we go there, more than likely we're gonna break that resistance.
That is correct.
I don't agree with that. I think a safer target would be 137.
Yeah, that's a safe target. The 500, the round number, it's, the half, it's good.
No, yeah, that's a bonus.
Yeah. Because at that point, the runner is gonna be a break even. So anything above that support is gonna be good.
Yeah, we should get a good push in the next 10 minutes or so with GJ. Hopefully, be very careful though. If we get a huge push up, like if it spikes like 5 or 6 pips up, I think that's your exit at that point.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's the thing. I'm not being greedy. I'm just
it's moving pretty well now. Like, I mean, you should be deep in profits. Like, I'm 9 pips in profit, and just like in the first 3 minutes, it went off pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it did. Damn, that's at 12 pips right now.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's where I just closed for that candle.
I'm gonna close 2.
That candle was like 20 pips.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Leave 1 runner, let them close 1.
Yeah. Give me 137,300.
I knew if it does that stupid push up like that, it's pushing in there to pull right back hard. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what happened on gold this morning. Yep. Spiked up and then just came back down.
Yeah. So that spike I just closed off on because I could see all the traffic on the 15-minute and also on the 5-minute. So now you have options. Now you can say to yourself, hey, you have 1 runner running, but effectively that was your push on GJ. That was a good like 12 pip push, 13 pip push. So we, like I said, we're probably going back up to 350, but that, like, if you were looking for a nice easy trade, that was your easy trade because we mapped it out, and what we said was, hey, once we come up into that range, more than likely we're going to have issues because you can see looking left, like this is right away what I said is you're going to have all this issue over here. So once we push into it, you have the opportunity to close over here. Now, if you're in the trade, you're letting 1 runner run. It's tough because the hour candle may push right back down, similar to what we were talking about, because we didn't get that huge wick that we needed. And what we might find is we're going to bounce around in this support. So this creates a support. So you're going to see us bounce around for a bit because this push up, this spike here was the continuation of this candle here.
Go, son of a bitch.
Yep, gold is getting ready.
We'll go in on that retest, 1492.3.
Nice.
My sell stop was activated.
Wow, nice close on GJ there, man.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No problem. Telling you.
The fuck I just came for my
yep. When you've played with GJ long enough, you know that when it's going to be doing something stupid, it's going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
100% someone's gonna ask who's holding, who's still holding.
Yep.
Should I close now?
I said if it does a quick push up, get out because that's going to be your exit when it spikes like that.
This one's gonna go in the highlights for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gold should drop now. Just gotta break through those ranges. take profit. It's scary, but when you know what's going to happen, and that's where you see things move. As you get more comfortable in the charts, you'll start to recognize those moves more often, and you'll be able to make decisions a lot faster.
There we go. 21 pips on gold. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. This also now made sense because it broke that price level where it spiked up from.
Last 15-minute candle, broke that support. The new 1 hour pulled up, tested it, and then shot down.
Nice.
Simple.
Simple.
I like gold now. Gold might be a good swing.
And now the next trade is if it breaks down 1488.
Yeah, this weekly is gonna go bearish.
Yeah, this is that Simon. That actually might be a very good entry for a swing trade for the rest of the week.
Yeah, this could be a very big, nice, easy wick fill.
Don't tell me that one I've just closed.
Oh, no, but we said that. We said that if it drops down.
Simon, but don't trust that. Trump anyway is gonna go out and say something stupid, and then he's gonna fly up.
I'd rather take the profit with everything going on the outside. I'd rather just take the money when it's there.
Like on the daily, this is going to be the best position here.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, Simon had the best position on the daily. Because now it's starting to rocket. It was dropping pretty hard.
Yeah. Also, once it breaks 1482, it's a straight push down.
1482. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. That's like the previous daily candle's low.
Yeah, I'm watching the daily now on gold, and it's like, oh my god. Perfect rejection off of 1497, and we're continuing down.
Look at that 4 hour candle.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's just gonna continue.
Yeah, when it comes in with this much momentum in support, it often will just smash straight through it.
Oh,
Roger,
hey.
do we sell gold?
What?
Are we selling gold?
Not me. No. I'm not in anything right now.
Yeah, Simon called gold. I agreed with it. I took the entry. My sell stop. If we break this 30-minute support, wow, it's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah, I've got that as a bit of a demand zone at the moment. It's only
That's right. Yeah, so I think if we do have the momentum to push all the way into it, that's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah, once it clears, it's down to.
Yeah, I think you might find it'll go from 1489 to 1487 really quick. Like it'll skirt through 1488. Like it'll just fly through 1488 if it's going to drop. Yeah, there it goes.
Stop and it'll just drop.
Yeah.
I only got 11 pips.
Yeah, I'm 12 pips deep right now with gold.
Oh, you're still in.
Oh yeah, it hit my sell stop. So and I saw where it flipped, and I was like, perfect. This is going all the way down now. And then Simon closed, and I was like, oh, I should close. See, there's a there's a 1488 jump. It's breaking through that zone.
Damn.
Yeah, it's wicked lower than previous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna fly right through 1488. Once we get to 1487, I think we may have issues, but I think wow, yeah, it's gonna be pretty nasty right now.
But we should get another opportunity on the new 4 hour.
Oh, this is gone.
Simon, it'll be 1400 at that point. You would have lost $80.
I'm being hopeful.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. It'll probably continue.
What's up?
We have the 15-minute candle.
Yeah, I think you'll have opportunity. If we break into 1487, it'll probably retest like the 1488 region.
My entry was so good as well. 40 pips, that would have been shit.
Yeah, there's 1487. No, it's not. That's why I said it was going to rifle through 1488. Now it pulled back again. because I can easily see gold going back down to 1474 with this momentum. Not like, I don't think in today, but just based on the hourly candles. If we break down through 1485, it's going to be actually very, very. Your first sort of area to watch out for will probably be around 1483. So if we get to around 1483, 1482, that would be the area that there could be rejection at that point. But yeah, gold is going to continue
through the week.
Through the week, yeah. You might find this might actually be the weekly wick that starts to barrel down now.
Yeah, you're right. Like that might have been the top.
Yep.
Weekly created the top.
It's gonna be nice.
Wednesday, Thursday, fall, and then Friday, a little retracement.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday, Wednesday, fall, Thursday, retracement, and Friday, continuation.
What price did I enter? I got in at 1490.70. That's where my entry was with gold. Ooh, someone got in at 1493. Nice, black box got it. Nicely done, black box. And now GJ is pulling back a bit into that zone again, as we talked about. Sort of upset. I should have closed my other runner at the top of that GJ zone, but that's okay. I'm hoping that this trade will continue. I just don't want it to retrace all the way down. Like I'm 80 pips up on GJ. I just don't want it to go all the way back. Market listens to us? No, not really. It's just common. It's just understanding the dynamics of the market. I might get his 15-minute pullback.
Look at GJ.
Yeah, I think now I wanna wait for like a 1 hour. I want to wait for this 1 hour and also the 4 hour candle to close before I look at taking any more trades.
This can continue dropping here. The 15-minute. 5 minutes.
Yeah, it could be actually. It could get pretty nasty.
Yeah, because gold just has
Maybe
no
like
regard for
$6
retests.
more.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can drop 60 pips right now. I can see it happen.
Because the thing is, I'm looking at the 4 hour chart and I can see those big 4 hour candles.
Yep.
That's basically 160 pips at each candle. Because that's the thing with gold. Once you start moving, you lose the effect.
Yep. There goes gold.
Oh boy. And I'm gonna shake soon.
Rakeel, are you getting anything yet?
Nope.
Since this morning, he got like 10 pips on gold.
Yeah, I only got gold buys this morning.
What?
Yeah. I only got gold buys. GJ just came right back.
Yep.
Wow.
Garbage, GJ. I mean, it's pretty good if it does come back, because then you probably have another chance to get an entry again. But I mean, how many times do you want to keep hammering GJ until
Man,
until
look
you
at
give up on it?
Look at that.
You know, it's
15 minutes.
Not one way or the other when we get a bit of news.
Yuck.
Like it basically hit our target, like close enough, and then it pulled right back, and it sucks because now this candle will dip a bit, the next half hour will dip, and then that candle will rifle up again. This is the biggest booby trap candle coming up for GJ right now. just sucks. It whips so hard. Just takes out souls. Gold continue to push down. Yep, gold is continuing to push down.
But what you got to be thinking now is if you're selling it now, where are you putting your stop loss?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because there's every chance it's going to pull back some.
You can, you can just have a random 15 pip stop.
Yeah, we make that 1485.
Just risk
You're
15
back in
pips.
that range, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for like a 20 pip gain.
Yeah.
The market's gonna open in a couple of minutes, so you might see a pullback from that.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it might push till 9:30.
Yep.
Still 1485 is close enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think once you get into 1486, I think you should be looking at closing, unless you want to fight through the traffic on the 30-minute. There's like a huge support at 14. Where is this? 1486.20. There's a huge support in that area. We're actually approaching it right now. So if you're in a trade, you should be locking in profits because it could whip right back out of that. I mean, I don't think it will, but always be safe.
Liam Spalding. Liam, you've been here for a long time with us, man. Why gold drop? We talked about it the whole morning.
Because Ted was on sales, that's why.
Yes. We moved the market. Simon gets the premium entry. Simon's the official institution for a Forex family. And then we all wait for him to close and then we enter. I think in the last 2 weeks, Simon's called every top to go down in like with perfection.
Yeah.
For gold. Every single top he's called, like to the pip almost. Like, okay, guys, 1505. Yeah, and then he closes early.
But then he closed and we go for the leftovers.
Yeah.
But like 20 pips for me, that's
huge. But it's crazy how accurate you've been with the retest with gold.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I do the same thing like over and over every day. I've obviously been trading gold for quite a long time now as well, so I know, you know, like you do, when to be looking out for key candles, when to wait a bit longer. So it's just like gold tells you exactly what it's going to do as long as you're patient enough to let it tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
When we were talking about selling it, you know, 15-minute was creating resistance potentially, but we weren't sure. So then we waited, and then that big 15-minute candle, bearish candle, came along, which told us, okay, now we're going down. So then you've just got to look for your entries off the back of that confirmation candle and just ride it down.
Yeah, it's like sometimes GJ is very predictable. You see the move, then you know that you're gonna have a pullback a certain way.
Like gold is simple as long as you wait. And honestly, like sometimes, and I used to do it like getting too early or you know getting too late. But if you just wait, it almost always gives you like a clear signal of what it's gonna do. The problems occur with gold if you get in too early. Then you know. You're in a whole lot of stress as it moves up and down before it makes its move. Yeah, I mean, I had like 0 drawdown in that trade. 1492.32 was my entry.
Yeah, that was a really good entry.
Wow.
Straight on that, the new 1 hour candle or the new 15-minute candle, it pulled up, created the wick, retested, dropped. Like just. Same thing, I just see it all the time. That's why now I'm looking for a similar kind of setup, but a retest of this like 1490, 1488 area.
And Simon, do you break it, this whole trade, you break it down to the 1 minute or 5 minutes to get your entries, or
so
just 50?
Lowest time frame I trade on gold or look at is 15 minutes. So
yeah, me too.
So I've got right now in front of me, I've got a 4-hour chart, a 1-hour chart, and a 15-minute on gold. So I find that helps me paint a better picture, because obviously if you're looking at the 15-minute time frame and not looking at your higher time frames, you can easily get confused on the overall direction. So I'm always looking at the 4 hour and 1 hour, which is, you know, driving direction, and then I'm looking at the 15 minutes for entries.
Yeah, me too. I used 15 minutes. But since your entries are so perfect, I was wondering if you break it down to the 1 minute.
No, because people ask me that all the time, like, price, a zone or price is price, right? It doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at, price goes to the same place. It doesn't matter if you're looking at the 1 minute chart or the 4 hour. If you picked your, you know, zone or entry area, then just take it when it hits it. Doesn't matter. It hits it on every time frame, right? But yeah, it's a question I get asked a lot actually. Take your entries on the 1 minute, and I would say, well, no, because it goes there on every time frame. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, Roham said gold soon, hard drop.
All right.
Roham, your country's at war, man. You got to start building shelters. US is coming in hard. Yeah.
Jeez. And GJ just pulled all the way back into the range again. Jeez.
Don't tell me. Oh shit. Yeah.
So the 30-minute candles creating. Yeah. So now we've got that support being created. That's awesome.
Oh, I think that was a liquidity wick on the 4 hour too.
Yeah. We just want gold to drop all the way down. If gold can get to 1485 in the next few minutes, that'd be great. I appreciate that. Well, at least 1486. I think we should be able to break through 1487 very easily. So we need to go to 1486. Gold going up. Well, I don't know about that. I think we should be very careful if we're thinking about gold going up. If you believe gold is going up, I think your buys have to be above 1490.
I want to see the explanation of gold going up.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I need explanation for gold going up too.
Yeah, you're basically saying this 30-minute candle is a huge liquidity grab and it's going to go bullish in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. Something big has to happen. Trump has to wake up on the wrong side of the bed for that.
Yeah.
Ooh, these Chinese bed. Fuck China.
Spike up a little bit and then camp more.
Yeah, so what's happening right now is the same thing that happened the other week. Remember we were talking about like the equity markets, and when they open up really positive, there's a push up, and then then you'll probably get around 9:45. Not this 15-minute candle coming up, but the next 15-minute candle, you'll get a huge drop at that point. There'll be a massive drop like what happened the other week. So we're getting a pullback right now just before the market open, and then we're going to return back to that candle afterwards if the equity market is super positive right now.
Right now as well, right?
Yeah, so if you're looking for entries, I possibly look at entries if you believe that we're going to break. I think you can look at 1488 as an entry level once you see the next 30-minute candle create a top wick. So if we wick up to like say 1489 or so with the next 30-minute candle, and then we start to drop, you could probably start to take entries, and that would probably continue the move further down. Because like where Raja has his grayed out boxes, like we basically have to tap this area. We should be tapping into this area here. So this candle, what you'll find is we'll probably have a wick up in here somewhere, and then you'll have the drop, which this candle will fill that wick, and then it'll do this, and then probably come over here.
That would be amazing, bro.
It would be.
Yeah.
But I doubt it would do. How do you know if the markets will open positive? Because you look at the pre-market data, Google pre-market US NYSE data, and you can see all the pre-market information, which is the futures, to say how the market is going to open. That is something that you need to learn, and that is something that is discussed heavily in trading, is pre-market data, futures data, all that other stuff.
Right.
That is in like, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah. We're getting a pullback right now, which makes total sense. And then we'll have... yeah, so I mean, if you're looking at your 5-minute charts, you could probably get entries at like 1487.93. Let these candles bounce up again, and that's it. There's no URL. You basically have to. Oh my gosh, guys! NYSE is the stock market. It opens at 9:30 a.m. This inversely correlates with gold. Don't buy anything, don't sell anything if you don't trade gold and it's not part of your plan. This is not a signal service. I don't want to hear people asking if we should be buying or selling. You should already know that.
Should we buy or sell gold? I'm confused. What? No.
There's like 3 people sitting beside each other because the comments came once again. One was say the URL, which I didn't say. What is it exactly called, and should we buy or sell gold? Those are the 3 comments in a row, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
Go to a random stream. Should I buy or sell? I'm confused. Why? I mean, you don't even know us, and you're trusting with. Oh man, this is crazy.
Yep. I actually copy your trades and make 15,000. Well, pay me 10% of that. Yeah. Where's the tip jar? We're killing that tip jar on the bottom there. Nobody tips anymore.
All right. 30-minute close bearish.
Yep.
Set her down.
You guys are honest and nice. I will trust you. Oh, okay. Well, that's
I
good.
don't want to see a pullback into 1490. I don't want to see that.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go all. I don't want a 20 pip pullback. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's gonna take me out. I think we should be okay here. I think that's a good wick. I like that wick. If we do that on the 30-minute.
So this could be. Oh yeah, this could be nice. 20, 25 pip.
USD CAD is part of gold news. I don't understand how USD CAD would be part of gold. This is actually really good because the equity market is effectively believes Trump more than they believe China. That's what this move is saying. All right, second position open.
Nice.
Let's go to town. Wow, if this 30-minute candle goes bearish, oh my god, this is gonna break through a lot of areas.
Yeah, I'm looking at that quick gold drops bombs. Like, you know when gold just drops bombs?
Yes. Yeah.
Just 10, 15 pip 1 minute candle, 20 pip 1 minute candle.
Yeah, I think it's coming, Raja.
Come on, go!
Keep dropping!
I'm back in, so let's go!
Back in.
Let's go.
It makes sense from this retest from the left too.
Holy cow, gold is gonna drop. Oh my god.
Oh!
Let's go! Let's go!
Alright, you're
We're
up.
gonna make so
Let's
much.
go, GJ!
We're gonna make so much money. Oh my god.
You should be up 10, 12 pips by now.
Yeah, I just closed my second position, and letting my bigger position run now. I don't have to worry about it.
Let's go, GJ.
Oh, GJ's for old people. Oh, Kerwin is old. 8 kids.
Yeah.
Wow, gold's dropping right into that consolidation.
That was a great drop.
Yeah, that was a nice easy.
Oh my god.
Easiest trade, this one.
That's the last.
And GJ flew up as well. Oh, there goes gold some more.
I just closed GJ too.
Nice.
So I was on gold.
Wow.
Let's go gold.
Oh wow, look at that. That's 20 pips now.
Just give me 1485.
20 pips. We actually gave the entry.
You're always right.
Yeah. God. They're gonna kick us out of the market soon.
Yeah. Don't tell me that.
They're gonna shut down Raja's stream. Like, these guys they're not supposed to be able to make these kind of trades every day.
Hey, if you guys like the gold trade, just hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like. Come on. Stingy people over there, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that drop.
Yeah, so if you're in gold right now and you open from the New York Open, the 30-minute candle, this would be a good opportunity to lock in profits, because you could pull back at any given time because we're hitting a hard support of 1485, 1486.
Okay.
Wow, look at that.
That's fair enough. 1486. That's right.
Yeah, like you hit target right there. If you're gonna hold, we're not responsible for you holding any longer. That was.
I'm not leaving anything on the table this time. I'm just gonna close all my positions.
Sounds good. There'll be another opportunity tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I failed to my mentor. I took more than 10 trades today.
That trade we called was 24 pips in 4 minutes. Imagine that. Four minutes. Hey, if you put your stops at break even from the entry at 1488, maybe you could have a nice weekly push down.
What I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna give trades if everyone signs up to my brokerage. That's what I'm gonna start doing from now. Okay?
Are you giving away $3,000 for every account?
I'm not giving it away. I'm not gonna give away any money. I'm just gonna give away trades.
Is Kavan taking a shit?
The milkshake is already gone.
Yeah, instead of $3,000, everyone open a $10,000 demo accounts.
Yeah.
Let's run those up.
Open up a $20,000 demo and let me know how you do.
Yeah, that's basically it. Let me know how you do. Oh, look at that retracement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's say.
Ooh, wow, that was a 14 pip retracement. Damn.
Yeah, that's why I closed my positions.
Wow.
No, I'm not gonna. People are like, "What's your brokerage?" I'm not gonna ever do that to somebody. I would never tell somebody they have to trade on my brokerage. Otherwise, I'm not gonna give them a trade. I mean, it would be very profitable for me because I'd have everybody trading at these things. Commission, but I mean.
No, but like, how would trading demo would make money for the brokerage? Like how?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It would be real account. Like I'd say you have to open a real account, otherwise you don't get signals.
Oh yeah.
Essentially, what we do here. I mean, not the signals. So I wouldn't give analysis. I turn around and be like, nope. Anyone asks a question about analysis?
What's your account number?
No. Okay, sorry, we can't take a look at your chart.
Answer the questions then.
That's right. We don't look at your charts. I would like send people into orbit. These guys are scam artists. Blah blah blah. Can someone explain where my analysis went wrong?
I'm done for today.
I don't know where the chart is.
You were on sales?
Huh?
You were on sales? You already closed your sales?
Yeah, I already closed my sales.
Oh, nice.
Look at the pullback right now. Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that mess. Yeah, it makes sense. Just mess to the left there.
Gross.
Yeah, thank God I closed when that says 1486. Was a nice start.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have took it on 1491.42 after 30 minutes. That was just clean.
1491.92. Yeah, exactly. That's around where my entries were. 1492.
Yeah, Simon had the best entries this morning.
Well, I basically just all I've done is traded through that zone, the retest of that 1492 zone, and then the retest of like 1488 zone. So that was my two trades. Got 20 pips off of both of them. Done.
Yeah.
Trade gold when it's in momentum. You can't lose.
True.
Oh God, don't say that, please. You're gonna have 10,000 people trying to trade gold.
But I guarantee there would have been people saying, "Oh, gold's coming to this support now, 1488. I'm buying," and then it just got smashed.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't understand this rejection of 4 times. Granted, it's on a downtrend. Well, granted, that's your answer. So this RSN Watch Tech, I don't know this name. Rejection doesn't make any difference. The rejection doesn't matter. This is the problem that people fall in. These are the traps people fall into. Is they don't realize that momentum kills any type of rejection or any type of support. Once support gets broken, that's it. It's done. And you could see all the charts at 1492, everything was being broken at that point. So I think you have to go back and reevaluate why you would think something would do that when all the higher time frame candles were bearish. You're trying to call bottoms, and that is a problem. What's happening with Euro USD? I don't know. Why don't you tell us? Send a chart through as per this information here. The broker. Okay, let's do this. So if you're having problems, what you should do is you should be following this instruction here. Oh shoot! It doesn't. Here we go. Oops. Oh, that wasn't too smart because that's not the right. Yeah. So there you go. So that's if you're having questions about trading, you have to turn around and follow that stuff. Wow, that was a huge 15-minute wick on gold. And GJ popped up again and popped back down. Looks like GJ's gonna take a run for it.
Well, EJ just ranged the whole day. Nothing to see over there. Gold was the trade of the day. GG just ranged too. Well, I'm gonna head off.
All right, Raquel.
Take it easy.
Take care.
Take it easy, fam.
You too, fam.
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 That's gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Fam.
Take care, everyone. Good work.
Take care, Simon. Thank you.